Today's Polyglot review on Android 4.4, Kitkat. Hey guys, welcome to the new year and the new tech video. We're going to go over a review of Android 4.4 Kitkat. I just want to explain some of the formatting of the video so you get a good understanding of how it's going to be done from now on. We're going to talk about the keyboard naturally because, well, what's the point of having a multilingual device if you can't type in other languages? We're going to go over some of the great apps that are in the Play Store, and we're also going to talk about some of the more popular language apps that don't necessarily work with the device. So let's start right now. The excellent thing about the Google keyboard is when Ice Cream Sandwich originally came out, they released it onto the App Store, and it was pretty amazing because the Google keyboard not only did it have swipe and changes and emoticons that were pretty much exclusive to only Google products, it also let people see which version of Android they had a little more explicitly. Excellent thing about multilingual parts on the keyboard is, so let's say I type in something in Spanish on the English keyboard. Granted, the English keyboard is not going to recognize it, and it also just corrected my word or more. But what's really cool is the ability to only get suggestions based on the language. So I'm typing in Spanish while in an English mode, and it's not necessarily working out. But if I were to switch to, I guess, the Spanish keyboard, it'll eventually work better. But what was amazing about the keyboard itself is the quick switching of the keyboard. So as you saw there, I went through my settings. I had Serbian, Russian, Italian, and let's see, Zulu, French, and it was really sleek and smooth. And I really do enjoy that part of the keyboard, especially when I use apps like Skype and Hangouts, as I'm using now with my wife. Now the problem is that if you're studying Asian languages, you'll notice that none of them actually came up. Now, when I mean Asian languages, I mean languages that use, I guess, different symbols, like Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. They actually just don't come up. And it seems kind of odd and inconsistent because of the fact that you can change your whole system to Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, and everything will work perfectly fine. So another method in which you have to do that is you have to actually hold onto the globe and change it to Japanese or Chinese or Korean from there. I originally am going to start with the Japanese. This is the Japanese keyboard, and this is in the settings for strictly hiragana. If you type on one of the letters, you go up and down, right and left, and you get different versions. So if you type on the ka, you get ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. And it's a very sleek keyboard, has a lot of settings, has an English setting, and if you type in words, so in this particular sample, I'm typing in kanarazu. So you'll get a suggestion for kanarazu. So it works exactly like the Spanish keyboard did when I typed in quiere que hacer. And it works perfectly the exact same as all the other keyboards. And that's where the confusion lies. Because it works exactly like all the other keyboards, it's almost kind of confusing on a consistency level as to why it's not integrated with the quick settings. It's actually kind of annoying at first, but then it took me a while to figure this out. You have to hold down that setting where you change from Japanese, kana, and English and numbers, and then go from physically there to change your keyboard. So in this one, I change it back to English. And then you can go back to all the quick settings, and you notice the difference in speed. If I wanted to switch from Spanish to another language, the speed and the efficiency is what you really look for in a device. For example, a lot of translating devices, this is what we look for. You look for a lot of speed when changing from two completely different languages. And, Google seems to have done a great job for everything that uses some kind of English keyboard or some kind of layout for an English keyboard. And then when it came to Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, they implemented all the same features and then kind of dropped the ball. Now, granted, this may not be game-breaking for you. Some people actually like the keyboard the way it is. So it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it definitely is something I wish Google would look into. I've actually wrote a few reviews on it, so hopefully to God that Google answers back soon. The fantastic thing about the Google Play Store is expansiveness. So pretty much most of the language apps that we use, like Anki Droid, Vertical Text Viewer, a lot of these apps have already been upgraded. So 4.4 Kitkat works perfect with them. And Manga Rock, I guess if you're really into multilingual manga, Amazon Kindle, which has a huge array of multilingual books, and if you use Project Gutenberg, you can also use the App Store here. Now, granted, all of these cool language apps work, but my main, issue is, and this is the same thing that happens with the iPad, is that the Java is just non-existent almost. If you go to Shared Talk on this pad here, it will not work. It will tell you that you need to upgrade your Java version, and granted, it's really holding the device back. Like, if for some reason an update comes out and it brings Java to the Java to the tablet, it'll just be amazing, because Shared Talk allows everyone to just talk with each other. You can go in there and chat up a storm with someone. So I personally think that if they can get an update for browsers, specifically the Chrome browser, which is amazing, by the way, because it also follows all of your multilingual settings. If you can get that to work in there, I think this will be hands down the tablet to have, period, for all of your Polyglot needs. Thank you for watching the review video. If you liked it, please, actually like it on the system. Comment, subscribe, and just share it to all your friends. I'm going to be doing more videos because it's the new year. I would like to get more content out to help the Polyglot community. My next video most likely is going to be on the 3DS, so get ready for that, and see you soon. Metrotaku out. Peace.